Hey everyone, today we're getting our hands dirty. Safely, of course. We're diving into the world of diesel mechanics, turning what can sometimes feel like a dry safety manual into a really practical guide. This is all about keeping you safe and efficient in the workshop, so let's get right into it.
I want to start with this quote because it really hits home. When an accident starts, it means safety rules were not followed. Think about that. It's not just some phrase on a poster, it's a fundamental truth. It means every single accident is preventable. Our whole goal here is to arm you with the knowledge to stop accidents before they even have a chance to begin. So, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll lock in that safety first mindset. Then, we'll get into your gear, your personal protective equipment, or PPE. We're going to cover you from head to toe. After that, we'll talk about the machines themselves. And finally, we'll talk about how to make all of this second nature. Sound good? Let's do it. Okay, Section 1, safety first always. You can think of this as the operating system for your brain whenever you step into the shop. It's not just a slogan you see on the wall. It's a way of thinking that protects you, protects your coworkers, and makes sure everybody goes home in one piece at the end of the day. It's what separates the pros from the amateurs.
All right, with that mindset in place, let's talk about your equipment, specifically your personal protective equipment, your PPE. And that subtitle is so important, your last line of defense. It's a crucial reminder that your gear is there to save you when other safety measures haven't or can't do the job. Let's dig into what that actually means.
So, what is PPE officially? Well, it's all the gear you wear to protect yourself. But here's the key phrase, as a last resort. Think of it this way. The best solution to workshop fumes isn't just wearing a mask, it's having a great ventilation system that removes the fumes in the first place. Your PPE is what you rely on when those primary defenses, the engineering, the procedures, just aren't enough to eliminate the risk completely. Now, PPE is not a one-size-fits-all deal. It's really broken down into two major camps. On one side, you have your non-respiratory PPE. This is basically your personal suit of armor. Helmets, boots, gloves, protecting you from all the physical stuff that can happen. And on the other side, you've got respiratory PPE. This is your shield against the invisible enemies. All the dust, fumes, and vapors you definitely don't want to be breathing in. And check this out. This table gives us a great look at the entire PPE arsenal. The manual breaks it down into 8 main categories. You've got your helmet, your safety shoes, respiratory gear, hand protection, eye and face protection, coveralls, ear protection, and even safety harnesses for working up high. This is your toolkit for personal safety, and now we're going to learn how to pick the right tool for every job. All right, enough with the theory. It's time to get practical. In this next part, we're literally going to suit up from head to toe. We'll look at the specific hazards you face and the exact piece of personal armor you need to combat them. Let's start at the top, with your most important asset, your head. In any workshop, you've got risks from above, like falling tools or parts. You've got risks all around you, like striking your head on a lift or a piece of equipment. And you've got splatter from welding or grinding. A head injury is no joke, which is why protecting it is absolutely non-negotiable. And the solution, of course, is a good quality helmet. Simple, right? But it's also incredibly effective. Now, as you can see in the diagram, it's your first line of defense. But you gotta know your helmets. A Class G is for general use, but if you're anywhere near live electrical circuits, you need a Class E helmet, which is rated for high voltage. It's all about matching your gear to the specific danger. Okay, let's move on down to your feet. The workshop floor can be a real minefield. You've got hot spatter from cutting, you've got heavy parts that can get dropped, imagine a turbocharger landing on your toes, and you've got slippery spots from oil or coolant. Your feet are always in the line of fire. So how do you protect them? Well, it's about having the right footwear for the task. As this diagram shows, steel-toed boots are your daily driver. They protect against impacts. But if you're doing heavy welding, you'll want to add leather leg guards to stop that spatter. And if you're in the wash bay, you switch to gum boots for grip. It's just like using the right wrench for the bolt. You need the right shoe for the situation. Now for your eyes and face. Probably the most vulnerable parts of your body in a shop. Just think about the constant assault, flying dust when you're grinding, the invisible but super damaging UV and IR radiation from a welding arc, sparks, you name it. Your eyesight is priceless. You only get one pair of eyes. So what's the fix? It totally depends on the hazard. Goggles are good for keeping dust out, but if you're welding, you have to step up your game. Welding without a proper shield can literally give your eyeballs a sunburn. No joke. So as you see here, you've got options, a full face shield or a complete welding helmet. When it comes to your vision, there is no such thing as being too careful.
Let's talk about your hands. As a mechanic, your hands are everything. They are your moneymakers, and they are constantly in danger. We're talking about burns from hot manifolds, cuts from sharp metal, impacts from a slipped wrench, and even the risk of electric shock. We've got to give them the protection they deserve.
The answer is simple: gloves. But, and this is a big but, you have to use the right glove for the job. You wouldn't use thin nitrile gloves for welding, right? You'd grab the thick leather ones that can handle the heat and sparks. Those nitrile gloves are great for keeping grease off, but they offer zero protection from a hammer. And for any electrical work, only properly rated insulated rubber gloves, period. It's a small choice that makes a world of difference.
Okay, so we've covered your personal armor from head to toe, but what about the environment you're working in? In this section, we're shifting focus to diesel machine safety. This is all about controlling the risk at the source, before it can even get to you.
You know, a safe shop is a clean shop. It really is that simple. This is Safety 101. Cleaning up spills right away prevents slips and fires. Storing flammable stuff in the right cabinets, away from engines and sparks, is a no-brainer. And working with clean hands and tools, that just gives you a better, safer grip. It seems basic, but mastering these habits prevents so many accidents.
Now for the main event, the engine itself. Before you ever turn that key, you've got a pre-flight checklist. Running an engine with loose mounts? The vibration alone can tear things apart. Low on oil or coolant? That's a recipe for a seized engine. And those guards around the belts and fans, they are not optional. And for goodness sakes, make sure that exhaust is pointed outside. These aren't just suggestions, they're the rules that prevent catastrophic failure.
And remember, safety isn't a one-time thing. It's about being constantly vigilant. You have to keep an eye on your equipment. That tiny crack in a fuel hose today could be a high-pressure spray of diesel tomorrow, a massive fire hazard. An exhaust leak can quietly fill your workspace with deadly fumes. And you need to use your ears. That little ticking sound, that's not just a noise. It's a warning sign from the engine that something needs your attention before it becomes a major problem. So, we've gone over the gear, and we've gone over the rules for the machines. Now, let's bring it all home. In this final section, we're going to talk about how to move beyond just checking boxes on a list and truly make safety a core part of your professional mindset.
Think of this as your personal safety commitment, broken down into 4 simple rules to live by. Number 1, know your hazards. Always think through the job before you start. Number 2, use your PPE every single time, no excuses. Number 3, take care of your machine. A well-maintained machine is a safe machine. And number 4, and maybe the most important, let good sense be your guide.
Which leads us perfectly to this final quote from the manual. Safety precautions are always based on good sense. You see, at the end of the day, all the rules in the world can't replace your own awareness, your own experience, and your own good judgment. You are the most important safety device in the entire workshop.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. The next time you walk into that shop, ask yourself, is safety just a set of rules I have to follow, or is it a mindset that I choose to live by? The answer to that question can make all the difference. Stay safe out there.